I am so excited about this deck. I have another deck by this same creator, and I love that deck. It's a very healing deck. So I'm looking forward to see if this has that same vibration. This was a gift. This came to me from Rockpool Publishing, and it was given to me. Let me show you the back of it in case you want a screenshot. It was given to me for the purposes, it's 36 cards here, of doing an honest review. You know something? The more I look at this deck, I think I have the other deck. I think it's the same deck. Cool. So we're getting ready to see what changes they made to this deck. Okay? This should be interesting. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anyone and everyone who might like it too. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. Let me know, have you seen this deck and what you think of it? And if you want to get your own reading done, please hit me up. My information is underneath this video. I would love to give you a reading. At the very top underneath this video, I will give you a link to this deck so that in case you would like to get a legitimate copy, you can get one at Rockpool Publishing. So let's get started. All right. So, open right up. Okay. Open your heart and mind towards real transformation. Now, I haven't opened this yet. This is my first time opening this with you. So let me show you. So these is full color. And they have actions in here. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I was just saying I have another deck by her, but I think this is the same deck. I don't know if this is just a re-release of it or what the case is. Oh, beautiful. Love that ribbon. But we're going to take a look at it. Okay, here's the app. Let me turn it over. There you go. All right, here's our cards. Pull them out. Yeah, they do look different. The cards look different. So I don't know. We're going to find out right now because, first of all, look at that gilding. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, what a nice touch. Okay. Oh, these are borderless. The other ones have a big border, if I am not mistaken. These are borderless. Okay, let's take a look. Now, if you look at it from the side, nice, right? Nice. They're not too thick. They're not too thin. Little bit of sheen on it. Not really, really glossy, but there is a sheen on it. And yes, they are borderless. Oh my goodness. Well, I love the borderless artwork. And what is that on her face? She looks like a vampire. This is really cool. So we have the number and you have a keyword. So you can read these intuitively if you so choose. But as you saw by that hefty guidebook, there's a lot of information in it. So we're going to look at one of these cards when we're done. Man. Yeah, I think that's what the difference is here because I recognize this artwork. I think what they did is they took off the border and I swear the card is smaller. I think it really is a smaller size. Look at that. Wow. This art is nice. It is very, what I would call haunting. Look at that. That's beautiful. I love her wings and the tiger just looks so peaceful. She is hot, hot mama. She's beautiful. And not in this perverse kind of way, you know, because I feel like sexuality is something that is just so beautiful. It's just part of life. Her body's beautiful. The look on her is beautiful. Love the temple she's standing in front of. That's a really great card. And see, without the borders, I feel like this is why I like borderless cards. You guys know I'm always talking about borderless cards. And this is why I like them because you can really see the artwork in a whole different way. I love that. So I've used these a lot. I've used the other version of these a lot. And what I use them for usually is I will do a tarot reading with my client. And I always pull oracle cards after the tarot. And usually this is the last one I pull. And I just pull one card to give them something, because this deck gives you like homework, for lack of a better term. It gives you some homework. And you look at the areas that you can be healing. Procrastination, like, it's awesome. So I always pull the card last, and then send the client the information that's in the guidebook. It's like something for them to take away from the reading, that they can then help them move forward. Sometimes I use these as altar cards. You could put this right on your altar just like this. And it's great because you can see the art. The words are really big. This is great, you know? And then you could just sit and meditate with this. Or you can just have it, write it down for your daily pull. You can use the journal entry. When I read it to you, you're going to see there's some action steps in each one, so you can do the activities of that day. So this is really nice. Look at, oh my god, look at that. Look at the this up here. I love how it pops, and because there's no border, it really pops. I love that. Isn't that pretty artwork? The only thing I could tell you about this deck that I wish was a little bit different is that all of the artwork are thin, young people. I would like to see some more diversity in this deck. I would like to see some older people. You know, I love a good chrome moment. I would like to see some diversity with age, some diversity with color. There's very little of that. If you're looking for a diverse deck, it has very little of that. But the images are really beautiful, and the action steps that it gives you in here are very practical. So that's why I use this deck a lot. A lot of times when people come to me, they're in pain. You know, when people come for a reading or they go see a healer, they're usually in pain. Something has happened, something has gone wrong. And so when they come to me, this is a great one. The activities are great ones to help them on their healing journey. So the only problem I really have with this is that it has a severe lack of diversity. That's always been my only problem with this deck. If they change that, this probably would be one of my favorite decks, because I love a deck to help a person heal. I think that is so beautiful. Like this one here, these people are Asian, but if you look at them, they look kind of westernized in their looks, their facial structures and things like that. Not so much the background or her hair. Her hair looks very, I don't know, Japanese. I don't know, Japanese, maybe Chinese. It looks that way, but I would love to see her face look more like that. So yeah, that's my only problem with this. Other than that, I think it's a beautiful deck. And you can see, look at the artwork, look at the backgrounds, look at the details. I mean, it's a gorgeous deck. This is another one that's one of my favorite cards in this deck. Look at them. Family and tribe. And the tiger, another peaceful tiger. And as you can see, everybody's really perfect. Perfect looks, perfect bodies, perfect chiseled look, you know? Everybody's just too perfect, you know? And I think that's cool. I think, like, you know, the artwork is pretty. I do think that. But when I'm using a deck, I often like to see myself in the deck. So that would be a lovely addition. But other than that, look at the color schemes. Look at the softness. Look at how intricate the details are, you know? Excellent artist. This self-love deck. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So for anyone who has the other deck, you'll see the differences that I'm talking about. But it's like the differences mostly just enhance the artwork. So that I like a lot. Now we're going to see when we go look. There might be some spreads in here. And the other thing I was going to say is that there are not as many cards. There's only 36 cards, and a lot of the decks nowadays have like 44. So that's another thing that they could do with this deck if they wanted to. They could have added some cards. When they were redoing it, that would have been a great idea. But I don't think they did that. I think this is just like, you know, a remastering of a classic, because the box even looks different. So I think they just took a classic and remastered it, and it definitely does make a big difference. The art makes a big difference. I'm like, wow, because I was thinking when I first opened it, is it going to be a huge difference? And I'm like, wow, it really is. It's really pretty. And I also love the fact that it's a very sensual deck. The way that they are moving their bodies. Look at these two. The way they move their bodies. They're very sensual. The look in their eyes. Look at her eyes. The glances that they make. You know, like this art is just really powerful. That's what I like about it. It's very powerful art. 35. Home. And their dresses, the clothing. Oh, that's really beautiful. And look at this one. Hole in the soul. My goodness. That is so powerful. We have to look at that one. That's got to be the one we look at. I've never got this card for a person before, and I want to see what it says. Hole in the soul. Your childhood wounds are creating a hole in your soul. One way your childhood wounds disrupt an extraordinary life is through low grade depression, experienced as a perpetual empty feeling. Oh, wow. This is a deep card, you guys. If as a child you tried to make everything all right by picking up the pieces of your family dramas, then you adopted a false self. When you lose your authentic self, you disconnect from your true feelings, needs, and desires. Instead, you wear a mask to make others feel more comfortable. Being detached leads to profound loneliness and isolation, as you are always mourning your true self. This card encourages you to discover your true self through learning about your childhood and mourning the abandonment and neglect you felt. Wow, that's pretty deep. All right, now here's the action for this one. Find a safe place. Use colored pencils to draw several masks. Each mask needs to represent an aspect of your false self, such as a girly girl or boy, a savior, a slave, a rebel, a victim, an overachiever, and so on. Take time to write or draw the qualities you feel each false self contains. Turn on some powerful music, put on a mask, and move in the way you feel the mask requires for you to express yourself and feel the feelings you may have suppressed. Once you have completed the dance, take off the physical mask and burn it. Then imagine energetically taking off the false mask you wear in front of various people. Give yourself permission to be your real self. Imagine a person in front of you who you feel doesn't accept you. Say, I am going to betray you now and recover my true self. Now imagine this person saying to you, I understand you, and encourage you to become the person you were meant to be. Isn't that deep? So that's why I love this deck, because the guidebook has so much of that. These awesome actions in them. And it's just great for reflection. So that's why I use and recommend this deck. And I just think it's awesome. So please, underneath this video, check out the link to this deck. And if you think it'd be a great addition to your collection, please check it out and purchase it from Rockpool Publishing. Thank you so much for watching, and you come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.